Dear reader, this little book is designed to tell you everything you need to know about the science of getting ahead. Now let us assume you are young, healthy, clear-eyed, and eager, anxious to rise quickly and easily to the top of the business world. You can.
I can.
If you have education and intelligence and ability, so much the better. But remember that thousands have reached the top without any of these qualities. Just have courage and memorize the simple rules in the chapters that follow. If you truly wish to become among the lucky golden few, you can.
I can. How to apply for a job. How to advance from the mailroom. How to sit down at a desk. How to dictate memorandums. How to develop executive style. How to commute in a 3-button suit with that weary executive smile. This book is all that I need. How to succeed. How to observe personnel. How to select whom to lunch with. How to avoid petty friends. How to begin making contacts. How
to choose the right company. Before applying for a job, make sure you have chosen the right company. It is essential that the company be a big one. It should be at least big enough so that nobody knows exactly what anyone else is doing.
The right company. This book is all that I need. How to succeed.
Never mind. Back to work, everybody. You heard me, I said back to work.
I'm sorry I bumped into you, sir, but I would like to apply for a job.
A job? Do you know who I am?
No, sir.
I'm J.B. Biggley. I'm the president of this company, that's who I am. How dare you come to me for a job?
I'm sorry, sir, but...
Why do you think I have a personnel man? Why do you think I have a personnel department? Son, you bumped into the wrong man.
I'm sorry. I know how hard it is to find a job. I've been through that kind of thing myself.
Oh, thank you, miss. You're very kind. Can you tell me where the personnel office is?
Personnel? It's right there.
Oh, thank you.
Wait, you're not discouraged?
Of course not. I'm prepared for exactly this sort of thing.
Say, my friend Smitty works in personnel. Maybe she can help you. You wait right here. I'll go get her.
But miss, it's not really...
Where do you think you're going?
To see the personnel manager, sir.
I'm the personnel manager, and we're not hiring anyone today.
Well, I was just speaking to Mr. Biggley.
Biggley?
Yes, sir.
J.B. Biggley?
Yes, sir. He told me to see you.
J.B. Biggley himself. You were speaking to him.
Yes, sir. I just bumped into him.
Ah. Is he a friend of yours?
Sir, I don't think a man should trade on friendship in order to get a job.
Very well put, young man. Well, if you step into my office, I think we can get something done. My name is Bratt. And you are?
Finch, sir. Pierropont Finch.
Pierropont. Say that ought to be J. Pierropont Finch?
As a matter of fact, sir, it is.
Well, step into my office.
Good gracious, Rosemary, you could have at least let me finish my Metro-Cal.
This is important, Smitty. I know you can help him. Where is he?
How would I know?
He must have gone into Bratt's office. You go on in there. You're Bratt's secretary. He'll listen to you.
But why this frantic urgency?
Please, Smitty, we've got to help this boy.
But why? Fill me in, girl. Wherefore is this creep different from all the other creeps?
He's not a creep, Smitty. He has a sort of noble courage. Yet deep down, I feel he's sort of helpless.
Rosemary, your mother instinct is a big drag.
Oh, sir, that's a good one.
Oh, well, that's all settled. Nice to have you aboard, Finch.
Happy to ship out with you, sir.
Who's that?
That's my helpless friend. Isn't he adorable?
Adorable, maybe. Helpless? No.
Shut up, Smitty. I just hope he hasn't got a girl.
My secretary will take care of your forms and getting your particulars. Oh, Smitty, this is our new Mr. Finch.
Hello there. My name is Pilkington. Rosemary Pilkington.
Hello.
Hi.
Mr. Finch will be starting out in the mailroom. Glad you don't mind that, Finch.
Mr. Bratt, in a big pond like this, everyone must start out as a little fish.
Even a barracuda.
Smitty.
Say, Bud, you guys in the mailroom sent out those Wicked catalogs yet?
I don't know. I'm going to lunch.
At 11 o'clock? Why?
Because I'm the boss's nephew.
Oh, Bud, this is Bud Frump, Mr. Biggley's nephew. This is Mr. Finch. He's going to be working with you in the mailroom. Smitty, get Mr. Finch's particulars.
Yes, sir.
Finch, nice to have you on our team.
Finch, you ambitious?
Not necessarily.
Good, just keep that in mind, because if you remember who I am and remember who you are, we'll get along fine. Because if not...
You'll go crying to your uncle?
I beg your pardon, I do not go crying to my uncle. It just so happens that my mother is Mrs. Biggley's sister. If I notice anything's wrong, I phone my mother, she phones Mrs. Biggley, and Mrs. Biggley phones Mr. Biggley. That's the democratic way.
Mr. Finch, a man like you doesn't have to worry about someone like him. Smitty, you are going to get Mr. Finch's particulars?
Yes, particulars. Now, Mr. Finch, the first question.
Have you got a girl?
A girl? No.
Good. I mean, that's the right answer. I mean, it's very wise not to have a girl.
I'm glad you understand, Miss Pilkington. Some women wouldn't. You see, when a man wants to rise in the world of business, a girl, or let's say an emotional involvement, can only lead to getting involved emotionally.
That's very intelligent, Mr. Finch.
Yes. Now, if you'll step into my office, we'll get our business done.
Good luck, Mr. Finch.
Thank you. Glad to be aboard.
Well, Rosemary, you see,
I think he's fascinating.
I've seen some ambitious characters around here, but this boy is the eagerest beaver of them all.
New Rochelle.
Huh?
Or maybe White Plains.
What?
No. New Rochelle. New Rochelle. That's the place where the mansion will be. For me and the darling, bright young man I've picked out for marrying me. He'll do well, I can tell. So it isn't a moment too soon to plan on my life in New Rochelle, the wife of my darling tycoon.
Honey, you'll be in New Rochelle. Your darling tycoon will be here in the office.
Smitty,
The future Mrs. Finch is in for some lonely nights.
I'm prepared for exactly that sort of thing.
It's about time.
There's no coffee.
No coffee.
No coffee.
No coffee.
No coffee.
No coffee.
If I can't take my coffee break, my coffee break, my coffee break. If I can't take my coffee break, something within me dies.
Lies down and something within me dies.
If I can't make 3 daily trips, where shining shrine benignly drips and takes cardboard between my lips, something within me dies.
Lies down and something within me dies.
No coffee.
No coffee.
No coffee.
No coffee.
No coffee!
No coffee.
No coffee?
That office light doesn't have to be fluorescent. I'll get no paint in the head. That office chair doesn't have to be foam rubber. So if I spread, so I spread. But only one chemical substance gets out the lead.
Like she said. If I can't take my coffee break, my coffee break, my coffee break. If I can't take my coffee break.
Gone is the sense of enterprise.
All gone and something within me dies.
No coffee!
No coffee!
No coffee!
No coffee! No coffee!
If I can't take my coffee break.
Somehow the soul no longer tries.
Coffee, coffee,
Somewhere I don't metabolize.
coffee, coffee,
Something within me.
coffee or otherwise, coffee or otherwise, coffee or otherwise, something inside of me dies.
What's that?
Coffee.
Coffee!
You have alertly seized your opportunities and are now on the first rung of the ladder. You are working in the mailroom. One word of caution about the mailroom. It is a place out of which you must get. Some of your rivals will not have the advantage of this knowledge, but you are forearmed. Do not get stuck in the mailroom. Plan to rise.
Finch, where are you going? What have you got there?
Oh, it's the executive mail.
I'll take that. Finch, the executive mail is my job. If you have any ideas of climbing a ladder around here, the view's gonna get awfully monotonous. Every time you look up, you'll see the seat of my pants.
That's rotten, rotten, rotten. You know, Bud Frump is just jealous. He's trying to keep the big executives from noticing you.
Thanks for defending me, Miss Pilkington.
Oh, please call me Rosemary.
Okay, Rosemary.
Now, Mr. Finch.
Call me Ponty.
Okay, Ponty. The big executives will notice you. Just be patient.
Patient? Do you realize I've been working here for 1 whole week?
I know, Ponty. I haven't forgotten. Happy anniversary.
Thank you, Miss Pilkington. At least you noticed me.
I wish I were an executive. Oh no, here comes Miss Jones, Mr. Biggley's secretary. I'd better look busy, and you too.
Pardon me, ma'am. You should be wearing this. It goes with your hair.
Young man, you just want me to have this flower? Don't you know who I am?
Oh, that doesn't matter. What matters is this flower seemed to cry out to be worn by you.
Young man, I'm Miss Jones, Mr. Biggley's secretary.
No, you can't be. I mean, that is just... Well, you can't be.
Why not?
Well, from Bud Frump's description of you, I mean, I'd never have, Well, you're not a frightening person.
Thank you.
If it's not out of place for me to say so, Miss Jones, I think you're a very attractive person, no matter what Bud Frump says.
What did you say your name
Oh,
was?
Finch, ma'am. F-I-N-C-H. Finch. Pierropont Finch.
And how is it that I haven't seen you around here before?
Oh, it's not my job to deliver the executive mail. It's his job. Bud Frump. F-R-U-M-P.
Well, thank you, Finch. You're a very interesting young man.
Well, thank you, Miss Jones.
Say, Jonesy, I'd like an appointment with the boss at around 3.
I'll check on that, Milton. I'll let you know.
Ah, flowers. You got a new boyfriend, Jonesy?
This was given to me by a very nice young man. You should know him, Finch.
Oh, yes?
Finch, this is Mr. Gatch.
How do you do, Mr. Gatch?
Hello.
Mr. Gatch would be a great man for you to know. His department is very important.
Oh, I know all about Mr. Gatch. He's in charge of plans and systems, and interdepartmental evaluation, pre-promotional promotion, post-administrative research, and multiple development on a multi-level level.
Say, Jonesy, this is a smart one. I didn't even know I did all that.
Very fine man, Mr. Gatch. I hear he has an opening in his department.
Yes, he has, but he hasn't been able to make up his mind. Well, thank you for the flower, young man.
You're welcome, Miss Jones.
Hi, Jonesy.
Miss Jones.
Say, Rosemary.
Finch, quit goofing off. You gotta pick up the second delivery.
Righto, bud, old buddy boy. Gotta go to work now.
Hello? Give me an outside line. No, this is not personal. I'm calling my mother. Thanks. One of these days when I'm running the show around... Oh, hello, Mother. Bud. I know I left my sweater at home, but it's warm. Now look, Mother, I just found out something important. There's gonna be a new head of the mailroom, and I want the job. You've got to call Aunt Gertrude and... Yeah, I know I'm next in line, but there's a new fellow here. Has me worried. Comes in on time, never goofs off, works hard. He's polite, you know, a real rat.
Yes? What do you want, Miss Jones? My wife? Well, tell her I'm busy. Tell her I'm in a meeting. Tell her I'm out. Ah, confound it, put her on. Hello, Gertrude. Glad you called. What's on your mind? I'm busy. Uh-huh. Well, I can't help Bud there. The head of the mailroom should pick his own successor. If I switch signals in the middle of a play, I'd upset the whole team. If I interfere, it'd be nepotism. Nepotism! It's when your nephew is a fool. Well, I'll see. Miss Jones?
Yes, Mr. B.
Miss Jones, I've told you that talking to my wife upsets me.
Well, JB, you told me to put her on, and she's
Never
very
mind.
aggressive.
I need something to calm my nerves. Where's my, well, you know.
I put it in the back of your right-hand bottom drawer.
Thanks.
Let's get going, boys.
Yes, sir, Mr. Twimble. I've already started sorting.
Finch, as head of this entire mailroom, I would like to say that I am very pleased with your work.
Thank you, sir.
You really have an inborn gift for mailroomery.
Thank you, Mr. Twimble. Coming from you, that's a great honor.
Hello, mailroomery. No, mailroom. Just a minute. It's for you, Twimble, Mr. Bratt and personnel.
This may be a very important call for some of us.
What's the idea, Finch?
What's the idea of what, Bud?
You know, you're trying to butter up Twimble. Well, believe me, it won't do you any good.
Good God, Bud. Just because I'm being nice to a man doesn't mean I have to have an angle.
Well, you know, if anybody's gonna get the job,
I got you, Mr. Bratt. Thanks very much. Well, boys, it looks like they're going to promote old Twimble to the shipping department.
Congratulations.
Who's gonna be the new head of the mailroom?
I won't say till it's official, but Mr. Bratt is going to leave the choice to me. Twimble, he said, you've been an outstanding mailroom head, and we want you to choose your own successor. And we want you to choose him on merit alone.
That's not fair. I'm going out for a smoke.
Smoke? He's going to call his mother, but that won't help him if I have anything to say. I have someone else in mind for the job.
Mr. Twimble.
Yes?
You've been with this company a long time, haven't you?
Long time. Last month, I became a quarter of a century man.
That's beautiful. And how long have you been in the mailroom?
25 years. To make it that long takes a combination of skill, diplomacy, and bold caution. When I joined this firm as a brash young man, well, I said to myself now, brash young man, don't get any ideas. Well, I stuck to that, and I haven't had one in years.
You play it safe.
I play it the company way. Wherever the company puts me there, I'll stay.
But what is your point of view?
I have no point of view.
Supposing the company thinks...
I think so, too.
So what would you say
I
if...
wouldn't say.
Your face is a company face.
Now I can't complain.
The company furniture.
Oh, it suits me fine.
The company letterhead is...
a Valentine.
What would you say if...
I wouldn't say.
What? Brilliant thinking from employees.
That is no concern of mine.
Suppose a man of genius makes suggestions.
Watch that genius get suggested to resign.
So you play it the company way.
All company policy is by me, okay?
How can you rise up to the top?
There's one thing clear. Whoever the company fires, I will still be here.
You've certainly found a home.
It's cozy.
Your brain is a company brain.
The company washed it and now I can't complain.
The company magazine.
Oh, what style, what punch.
The company restaurant.
Every day, same lunch. Should try the haddock sandwich, it's delicious.
I must try it.
Early in the week.
Do you have any hobbies?
I've a hobby. I play gin with Mr. Bratt.
And do you play it nicely?
Play it nicely. Still, he blitzes me in every game like that.
Why?
'Cause I play it the company way. Executive policy is by me, okay?
How can you get anywhere?
Junior, have no fear. Whoever the company fires, I will still be here.
You will still be
Year after year after fiscal, never take a risk all year. Well, let's get back to work. They may be promoting me, but until then, the mail must go through. Hi, bud. How's your mother?
What mother?
What mother?
Hello, men. Well, Twimble, it's all set. As of today, you're head of shipping.
Thanks, Mr. Bratt.
Now let's talk about your successor.
Say, Bratt, have you heard from my uncle today?
No, bud. Go ahead, Twimble. Your shoes are going to be hard to fill, but who have you chosen to fill them?
Well, Mr. Bratt, I've given it a good deal of thought, pro and con, and I think your next man is young Finch.
Congratulations, Finch.
I'm going out for a smoke.
Thanks, but I can't accept.
Are you turning this job down?
That's right, sir. I think there's a man who's better qualified. A man who's been here longer than I. Gentlemen, I recommend Bud Frump.
You're kidding.
Bud Frump?
Well, this is something. I mean, surprise-wise.
I'm gonna call my mother and tell her.
I don't understand.
Mr. Twimble.
Hello? Yes, JB, this is Bratt.
It's the big boss.
Well, we had chosen someone else for the job, but the young fool we chose to give the job over to Bud. He thinks Bud is better qualified. No, he doesn't seem to be out of his mind. He was explaining about it when you called. Go ahead, Finch.
Mr. Twimble, the great thing you've taught me is that no individual is as important as the whole company.
He says no individual is as important as the whole company.
The whole crew is greater than any one oarsman.
The whole crew is greater than any one oarsman.
The whole team is bigger than any single player.
The whole team is greater than any single player.
The whole salad is bigger than any one piece of lettuce.
Oh, the whole salad is... Oh, you can hear him. His name? It's Finch.
F-I-N-C-H.
F-I-N-C-H. Yeah, well, I'm going to talk to him myself. Right. Thank you, JB. Finch, you really got me off the spot with Biggley.
Glad to help, Mr. Bratt.
I appreciate it. Good luck, Twimble.
Oh, Mr. Twimble, aren't I supposed to take this letter to Mr. Gatch?
Gatch?
Gatch.
Gatch! Say, Mr. Gatch is looking for a junior executive in his department.
He is?
I'm going to talk to him about you.
Oh, me? A junior executive?
I mean, your generosity and thoughtfulness may prove to be a really good thing for you, Finch.
Oh, that doesn't matter to me, Mr. Bratt. I did what was right.
My mother was very happy.
Boys and girls, meet the new head of the mailroom, Bud Frump.
Good luck, Bud.
Thanks, Ponty, old man.
Come along, Finch. I want to talk to you.
He sure amazed me. I'm still wondering why I did this.
So am I. I still think that my original choice of man was best.
Wait a minute, Twimble. Ponty okayed it.
It's just that I've been here a long time, and I want to make sure that things are done the right way.
I know what you mean. From now on, I'll play it the company way. Wherever the company puts me, there I'll stay.
Whatever the company tells him that he'll do.
Whatever my uncle may think, I think so too.
He's beaming with company pride.
I've conquered that over-ambitious rat inside.
Old Bud is no longer the Frump he used to be.
I pledge to the company sweet conformity.
Hooray, hooray!
I will someday earn my medal, 25-year employee. I'll see to it that the medal is the only thing they'll ever pin on me.
The Frump way is the company way. Executive policy is by him, okay.
I'll never be president, but there's one thing clear. As long as my uncle can stand me, I will still be here.
You know know the company may like or lump any man.
So happy.
And if they choose to, the company may dump any
I'm
man.
proud.
But they will never dump Frump, the company man. Frump will play the company, Frump will play the company, Frump will play the company way. Frump.
Come on, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to take you out for lunch on me.
Boys and girls, I have another announcement to make. Mr. Gatch is taking young Finch into his department as a junior executive.
Wait a minute. That lunch is Dutch. In fact, it's canceled. Wait a minute.
Auntie, that's wonderful, wonderful. I told you to have patience.
You were right, Rosemary. Thanks.
You know, you should have someone around all the time to help you think things out.
Maybe I should.
Ponty, I'm always available.
Oh, you're sure wonderful, Rosemary. One of these days, I hope I can show you my appreciation.
Lunch.
And, huh?
I said lunch.
What about lunch?
I'd love to.
Love to what?
You said, what about lunch? Gee, I thought you never asked me. Let's see, where will we go? Say, I know there's a little tea room, a very cute place called the Hungry Tea. It's very reasonable. I'll go get my stuff and meet you right here.
I didn't mean what about lunch. I meant what about lunch?
Say, Finch, how's the young junior executive feeling?
Oh, fine, Mr. Gatch, fine.
Oh, come on. I'll buy you lunch in the executive club up on the roof.
Lunch in the executive club? Me?
Sure. Now that you're a junior exec, I can put you on my expense account.
Oh, it's a great honor, Mr. Gatch. I'll get my coat.
I'll see you at the elevator.
Rosemary, I've got a surprise for you. Mr. Gatch is taking me to lunch.
To lunch?
Yep. How do I look?
You look fine, Ponty. Just fine. Have a good time.
Thanks, Rosemary.
If you have followed the simple instructions exactly as outlined, you should by now be a junior executive. Congratulations. Nothing can stop you now.
Yes, dear. Yes, dear. But Gertrude, I haven't got time for this nonsense about Bud. I know blood is thicker than water, but Bud Frump is thicker than anything. I'll promote him when I'm ready. Now listen to me, Gertrude. Next time Bud complains to his mother, and she calls you, and you call me, you're all fired.
Excuse me, Mr. B?
Yes, Miss Jones?
There is a young lady who insists on speaking with you, and she says it's personal.
Well, what's she want? What's her name?
She says you'll know.
Hello? Hello. Oh, you knew I wouldn't forget. I'll take care of everything. One moment. Miss Jones, get me Bratt and personnel right away. Oh, you'll be here tomorrow? Fine. Bye. Hello, Bratt? JB. I'd like you to do me a favor. I was wondering if you could find a spot for a young lady who wants to be a secretary. She's an old friend of the family. Her dad was a classmate of mine at Old Ivy. She's a bright girl, got a good head on her shoulders. Her name? LaRue. Hedy LaRue.
Can I help you?
Scram!
You don't understand, miss. I'm Bud Frump, J.B. Biggley's nephew.
Oh, how do you do? I'm waiting for Mr. Bratt of Personnel. I'm a secretary!
I spotted that the minute you came in.
Oh, thank you. Of course, I'm
Miss
doing
LaRue!
Yeah, I mean, yes?
I'm Bratt, personnel. Sorry to have kept you waiting.
Oh, not at all, sir. It is I whom am late.
Oh, not really. This is Miss Smith, my secretary. Now, if you'll step into my office, I'll get your particulars.
Boy, isn't she something.
She sure is.
Gentlemen.
Say, Bratt, I need a secretary.
So do I.
Secretary.
Gentlemen, Miss LaRue will be assigned to normal procedure as soon as her qualifications have been determined.
Have you called my wife and told her I won't be home for dinner?
Yes, Mr. B. Oh, by the way, tomorrow is Saturday. You're playing with Mr. Womper, chairman of the board.
Oh, yes. Well, I'll be in town tonight, so I'll just pick them up in the morning.
And you asked me to remind you about your college alumni association.
Oh, yeah. Well, send them the same check. I get a kick out of thinking of their faces when they see that fat check from old least likely to succeed.
Very well, Mr. B.
Say, JB, there's a phone call for you. Your wife.
My wife? I'll take it in your office. That's all, Miss Jones.
Oh, Miss Jones.
Oh, hello, Ponty. How's the young junior executive?
Oh, just fine, Miss Jones. Thanks to all the helpful advice I've been getting from you.
Well, I'm glad our little talks have proven valuable.
Oh, they sure have. By the way, good luck tonight.
Good luck.
Yes, in the bowling tournament. I hear you're the best bowler on the ladies' team.
Oh, how sweet of you to remember something like that.
Oh, well, I'm fascinated by the hobbies of the people I like.
Oh, say, why don't you come watch us bowl tonight?
Oh, I'd love to, Miss Jones, but I should go to bed early. I'm working tomorrow.
On Saturday? No one around here works on Saturday. Ponty, you're a very unusual boy, but you'll go far.
Oh, thank you, Miss Jones. That means a lot, you're saying that. See, you're Mr. Biggley's secretary, and he's the man I most want to emulate. He's so capable and thoughtful. I heard him remembering to send a check to his old school. Harvard, isn't it?
Oh, Harvard, don't let JB ever hear you say that. He is a groundhog.
But where did he go to college?
Old Ivy.
Old Ivy?
Well, of course, they are the groundhogs. Mr. B is very proud of his old school. Oh, well, good night, Ponty.
Good night, Miss Jones.
Don't work too hard.
Oh, don't worry, I won't.
Hello, stranger.
Oh, hi, Rosemary. Hi, Smitty.
Hi, Ponty. Been a long day, hasn't it?
Sure has.
I haven't seen you since you got your new job.
Oh, I've been working pretty hard.
Been a long day.
Say, Rosemary, where you having dinner tonight?
That depends.
On what?
On where I'm having dinner.
Huh? Oh. Well, here it is, 5 p.m. The finish of a long day's work. And there they are, both of them. The secretary and the clerk. Not very well acquainted. Not very much to say, but I can hear those two little minds ticking away. Now she's thinking,
I wonder if we take the same bus.
And he's thinking,
there could be quite a thing between us.
Now she's thinking,
he really is a dear.
And he's thinking,
but what of my career?
Then she says, and he says,
well, it's been a long day.
Well, it's been a long day.
Now she's thinking,
I wish that he were more of a flirt.
And he's thinking,
I guess a little flirting won't hurt.
Now she's thinking,
for dinner we could meet.
And he's thinking,
well, we both have got to eat.
Then she says, Achoo! And he says,
Gesundheit.
Thank you.
Well, it's been a long day.
Well, it's been a long day.
Say, there's a yummy Friday special at Stouffer's. It's $1.90 vegetable plate. And at the bottom of the ad, not bad. Service for two, $3.58. To make a bargain, make a date.
Wonderful.
It's fate.
Now she's thinking,
what female kind of trap could I spring?
And he's thinking,
I might as well forget the whole thing.
Now she's thinking,
suppose I take his arm.
And he's thinking,
well, really, what's the harm?
Then she says,
hungry?
And he says,
Yeah.
Yeah?
yeah.
Well, it's been a long day.
Well, it's been a long day. Well, it's been a long day.
Blathering, thinks he just go to his mother and... Your mother wants you promoted!
Why not? Other people are being promoted.
Well, I told your Aunt Gertrude that...
You. Good evening, Mr. Biggley.
Good evening, Miss LaRue.
Uncle Jasper?
I told you not to call me that around here.
Sorry, JB.
Now, haven't you got something to do?
Yes, I was just gonna get my hat and go home.
Good. How do you like your new job, Miss LaRue?
It's a big, fat nothing. I thought you were gonna help me be a big businesswoman like Helena Rubinstein or Betty Crocker. So what happens? I'm stuck in the lousy stenographic pool with nobody to fish me out.
Shh, Angel, these things take time. You just have to be Yes, miss, in a large operation like Worldwide Wickets, there are many multiple facets which are very important to the scheme of things. Hedy, I meant every word. Tell you what, I'll meet you at your place in 10 minutes and we'll talk it over.
No.
But Hedy, yes, miss, in a large operation like Worldwide Facets, there are many multiple wickets which are very important to the scheme of things. Why won't you go home?
I'm waiting for the elevator.
Why don't you walk down?
It's 30 floors.
Why don't you jump?
Very attractive girl, Miss LaRue.
Huh? Oh, yes, well, I suppose so. You see, I was just trying to make her feel more at home. She seems to be rather a shy person.
Yes. Well, you go ahead, JB. I'm meeting Mother for dinner. She loves dinner with me. I tell her everything that happens all day at the office. Now he's thinking,
the kid can really put me through hell.
And she's thinking,
the kid could even name the hotel.
now he's thinking,
I wonder if he'd dare.
and she's thinking.
There's blackmail in the air.
Then he says,
It's a holdup.
then she says,
Down?
Wait a minute. Okay, you're promoted. Well, it's been a long day.
well, it's been a long day. Ha!
Okay, Jackie, I think that's it. Yep, all spick and span. Bet now some slob will come and dirty it all up again.
Nah, not on a Saturday morning. What are you doing?
What?
You know, I never liked you very much. Come on, let's do the big shots now.
Okay. Why is this place always so dirty? I mean, what even is a wicket? What do they do
I have no
here
idea.
all day?
Why do
I
you
don't
ask all these
understand.
questions?
Good morning.
Oh, is it morning already, sir?
Good God, man. Have you been working all night?
No, I just had a few things I'd like to catch up on. I shouldn't be here much longer.
By George, I'm sorry. Your name slips my mind.
Oh, Finch, sir. F-I-N-C-H.
Oh, yes. I've heard so much about you from my scouts.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Well, Finch, I just dropped in to pick up my clubs. I'm going to play around today with old Wally Womper. He's chairman of the board. Well, don't work yourself too hard, Finch.
Oh, don't worry about me, sir.
I'll just get my clubs. What's that you're humming?
Oh, I didn't realize I was humming, sir.
That's the old Ivy fight song.
I guess it was unconscious on my part.
Did you go there? Were you a groundhog?
Well, sir,
You're out with it, boy. You're not ashamed of old Ivy, are you?
No, sir, not a bit.
That's the groundhog spirit. I should have known you were a groundhog. What year? Finch, when did you graduate?
Oh, I'm sorry, sir. I was thinking about the big game today. We're playing the Chipmunks.
That's right. I hope those damn chipmunks don't give us too much trouble.
Oh, I think we'll take him, sir. Charnowski's knee is much better.
Oh, with Charnowski in there, our team's morale should pick up. He's the dirtiest player we've got.
Well, even though we're not there in person, we'll be rooting for him, right?
Right! Groundhog!
Groundhog!
Stand, old Ivy, stand firm and strong. Grand old Ivy, hear the cheering throng. Stand, old Ivy, and never yield. Rip, 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 the chipmunk off the field.
When you fall on the ball,
and you're down there at the bottom of the heap.
Down at the bottom of the heap,
where the mud is so, so very, very deep.
Down in the cruddy, muddy deep.
Don't forget, boy, that's why they call us Groundhog. Groundhog. Groundhog.
Old Ivy, stand firm and strong.
Grand old Ivy, hear the cheering throng. Hey, 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 Groundhog.
Old Ivy,
God bless you,
and never yield.
Rip, 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 the chipmunk of the field.
Well, I enjoyed that, sir.
So did I, boy. I'll go get my clubs. Rip, rip, rip the chipmunks off.
26, 27, 28, 29.
Well, I'll be.
Well, I guess this looks silly, sir. I just wanted to finish this row. I'm sorry. But I've always found that knitting helps me think more clearly.
I knit too. Really? Yep. Been doing it for years. Nobody knows but my secretary, Miss Jones. Calms my nerves.
You know, Mr. Biggley, I've always found that knitting helps everyone think more clearly. I feel sort of sorry for men who don't knit. They lead empty lives.
I like the way you think, Finch. Say, what's a man like you doing in this outfit? I mean, what are your plans?
Well, sir, if I'm ever fortunate enough to find myself in a position where I had a choice, I'd like to be where they do something real. Something a man can sink his teeth into. The advertising department.
Advertising? Son, I wouldn't want that for an old schoolmate of mine. It's too tough, too insecure. I've had 15 new advertising managers in the past year alone.
Why is that?
I fired them.
Oh, but sir, if you've got a man with good ideas, he could swing it.
I keep hiring men who are supposed to have brilliant ideas, but not one of them will do what I tell them. No, son, you stick to what you're doing. By the way, where are you?
Plans and Systems, Mr. Gatch's department.
Good man, Gatch. Knows what he's doing. You stick with him, and he'll look out for you, and I'll keep my eye on you, too.
Well, sir, you have a good day. I've got to get this work done before midnight.
Midnight? That's the groundhog spirit! Groundhog!
Groundhog!
Stand, old Ivy, and never yield. Rip, 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 the chipmunk of the field.
Beautiful.
What was that?
College song, I think.
Really? What college?
I'd say Vassar.
Hello, Bratt. JB. Say, what are we running around here, a sweatshop? We're working that boy too hard. Who? Finch! F-I-N-C-H. The poor devil worked here all weekend. The lad needs help. I want him to have an office of his own. Deserves the best you have available. Oh, nothing fancy. Don't want him getting ideas.
Hello, Ponty.
Rosemary, come on in. How do you like it?
Your first office. It's beautiful. Oh, I can only stay a minute. I just wanted to tell you that I had a good time the other night.
Me too. Sir? Miss?
I'm Miss LaRue, honey.
What can I do for you, Miss LaRue?
A secretary was ordered to be assigned to you. I'm your assignation.
You didn't tell me you were getting a secretary.
I just found out myself.
Well, happy dictation, Ponty.
Bye.
Miss LaRue, won't you sit down?
Thank you.
Now, Miss LaRue.
Oh, just call me Hedy.
Well, I think that perhaps in a business
You're cute.
Excuse me one moment.
Choosing a secretary can be fraught with peril. Take a good look at the young lady who has been assigned to you. If she is so attractive that you feel things are too good to be true, be very careful. It may be that one of the big men in the company is interested in her career. There is a simple test for this. Check on her secretarial skill. The smaller her abilities, the bigger her protector.
Now, Miss LaRue, take a letter.
Shoot.
This is to Mr. Gatch. Dear Mr. Gatch, pursuant to our discussion...
Wait a minute. Are you trying to catch a train?
What are you taking this down in?
Longhand. It's safer. I make up for it when I type.
Oh, you type fast.
Like a jackrabbit. 12 words a minute.
Now, Miss LaRue. Oh, Hedy. What was your last position?
Well, I was in the tobacco business, but then Mr. Biggley...
Mr. Biggley!
He got me interested in wickets, so I matriculated myself into business school, and well, here I am.
Yes, you are, aren't you? Oh, Hedy, can you take this letter to Mr. Gatch?
Mr. Gatch?
Uh-huh, he's my boss. Make sure you take this to Mr. Gatch himself. Hedy, personally.
Okay, Charlie.
Hello, Mr. Gatch's office? Mm-hmm. One moment, please. Mr. Gatch, Mr. Finch's secretary is waiting outside, and she'd like to see you personally.
Have her come in.
I'll go get her. Come on in, Miss LaRue.
Mr. Gatch?
Yes?
Mr. Finch asked me to give you this.
Say, what are you doing tonight?
Hello, Mr. Finch's office? One moment, please. It's for you, production.
Yes, this is Finch speaking. Oh, yes. I run plans and systems now. Huh? Oh, Mr. Gatch. Yes, he's been transferred to one of our out-of-town offices. Venezuela.
Rosemary, I had lunch without you. Where have you been?
Oh, Smitty, I've been made secretary to the new advertising manager.
Oh, good. What's he like?
Oh, I don't care about him, but this means that I'm invited to the reception this evening, and Ponty will be there too. Smitty, I've been dreaming of a chance like this. Ponty's never seen me all dressed up, glamorous. Do you know what this is?
Your lunch?
Smitty, this is the answer to how to succeed with Finch. A new dress. It's just beautiful.
I hope it works. Good luck, Rosemary.
Thanks, Smitty.
I think maybe I'll get a new dress for tonight, too.
Good idea, Smitty. I hope you're very popular at the party.
Maybe I will be at that. I'm thinking about starting a rumor around the office.
What? I slipped out this afternoon and bought some love insurance. A most exclusive dress from Gay Perry. It's sleek and chic and magnifique with class beyond endurance. It's me, it's absolutely me. And why one guy, this irresistible Paris original I'm wearing tonight. I'm wearing tonight, especially for him. This irresistible Paris originals, all paid for and mine. I must look divine, especially for him. Suddenly he will see me, and suddenly he'll go dreamy, and blame it all on his own masculine whim, never knowing that this irresistible Paris original, so perfectly right, I'm wearing tonight, especially for him. For him, this irresistible Paris original I'm wearing tonight. She's wearing tonight, and I could spit. Some irresponsible breast manufacturer just didn't play fair. I'm one of a pair, and I could. Oh no. This irresistible Paris original. Oh, slinky and slim. Already slunken, and I could die, and I could kill her, and I could.
This irresistible Paris original, très sexy, n'est-ce pas? Infernal voila, and I could spit.
Hello, girls.
$39 I hand out for something to make me stand out, and suddenly I got into mimeograph.
Some laugh.
This irresistible Paris original, this mass-produced crime, I'm wearing tonight for the very last time.
What a dress!
Hey, Hedy, would you like a drink?
I never touch anything alcoholic before 5 p.m.
It's 10 after 5.
I'll have a double martini.
Here he is, boys and girls. As you know, our advertising department's been in trouble for a long time. But I think we finally found a man to put Worldwide Wickets back on top. Mr. Benjamin Burton Daniel Ovington.
Thanks, boys and girls. I just want to say that I'm proud to be joining the Worldwide Wickets family. Now, I don't know that much about wickets, but I do know about advertising. My theory in advertising can be summed up in one sentence.
Shove it down their throats with a soft cell.
Good sound thinking.
And I like to say that.
Benjamin Barton Daniel Ovington? What the heck kind of name is that?
But I'd like.
Say, bud, JB says for you to take Miss LaRue home. She doesn't seem to be feeling well.
I'm feeling fine. Hey, Finchy, let's dance.
Oh, I'm already dancing with Rosemary.
Oh. Everybody dance.
Come on.
Wow, that elevator made me dizzy.
Come on, Hedy.
What I need is a shower.
JB wants me to take you home.
No, I'm going to JB's office. He has a private shower. I'll go take a shower and then go back to the party.
Have a nice shower, Hedy.
Thanks, bud. You know, you're cute. Not as cute as Finch, but you're cute.
Not as cute as Finch. Say, Jenkins, going up to the party?
Yeah.
Will you do me a favor and tell Finch I need to see him down here. Tell him it's important.
Sure thing.
Hedy's in there taking a shower. I've got something up my sleeve. That'll knock Finch right out. Hey, Finch.
What's this all about, bud?
JB wants to meet you in his office.
But I just saw him at the party. He didn't say anything.
He probably didn't want to say anything in front of Ovington. You know how it goes around here with advertising managers.
But do you think your uncle is considering...
I don't know anything. All I know is that he wants to meet you in his office.
Okay, thanks.
You're welcome. Now to get my uncle. Goodbye, Finch. Hello, Uncle Jasper. Ole!
Someday.
Guess who?
Mr. Biggley?
No, it's me.
Oh, hi, Hedy. I was supposed to meet Mr. Biggley in here.
Mr. Biggley? He's not coming. Somebody gave you a bum steer.
I should have known it was a rib.
What's your hurry?
I should better get back to the party.
You're anxious to get back to that Rosemary, huh? Are you stuck on her?
Rosemary, she and I are just good friends.
Oh, that's very sensible, Mr. Finch. An up-and-coming young chap like you shouldn't be tied down. I've been watching you, Buster. You're going places.
Yeah, Venezuela. Look, Hedy, I can't.
Wouldn't JB just die if he walked in and found you kissing me?
Frankly, I'd rather he didn't.
Come on, let's try it. You better, Finch. If you don't kiss me, I'll tell JB you did.
Okay. Just this once. Rosemary.
Huh?
Can't you hear it? Rosemary.
Rosemary?
That kiss.
What about the kiss?
Rosemary.
It's highly insulting to think of two broads in the middle of one kiss.
Oh, I'm sorry, Hedy, but I can't explain. It's just...
Finch, you're in love.
That's right, Finch is in love. It's like music all around me, like a symphony. I must have been in love ever since she took my particulars.
And you found all this out by kissing me?
Yes, Hedy.
I don't know my own strength.
Suddenly there is music in the sound of your name. Rosemary. Rosemary was the melody locked inside me, till at last out it came. Rosemary. Rosemary kissed. What a crescendo. Not to be missed. As for the rest of my lifetime program, give me more of the same. Rosemary, Rosemary, there is wonderful music in the very sound of your name.
Monty, I heard Bud Frump talking at the party. Where is she?
Rosemary, something wonderful has happened.
What are you talking about?
Can't you hear it? Can't you hear it? Suddenly there is music in the sound of your name.
I can't hear a thing.
Rosemary, just listen, it's all around me, like a beautiful pink sky.
Now listen here, J. Pierropont Finch. Have you lost your mind?
Rosemary, darling, will you marry J. Pierropont Finch?
Now I hear it. I hear it. I hear it. Suddenly there is music in the sound of your name. J. Pierropont.
Rosemary, just imagine if we kissed. What a crescendo! Not to be missed. As for the rest of my lifetime program, give me more of the same. Rosemary, Rosemary, there is wonderful music in the very sound of your name. Oh, honey, I've been so wrapped up in trying to get ahead that I never realized. It's like I'm seeing you for the first time.
And I'm seeing you for the first time. You have on 2 different shades of lipstick. Mine and hers.
Rosemary, this can be very easily explained. You don't understand.
Yes, I do. Well, don't let me keep you. Go back to kissing her again. I don't care.
What should I do?
Let's do what she said.
No!
Get back in there.
I have nothing to hide.
Yes, you have, and keep it hidden. You snake. Now kiss me.
What?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know.
It's my fault, Mr. Biggley. I insisted that Mr. Finch show me your office.
I see. Well, I just came in to wash up.
Excuse me.
Rosemary.
Finch, I owe you an apology.
You do? For what?
Never mind. But I still do not approve of what you're doing when I walked in. I do not care for anything between an executive and their secretary.
No, Miss Pilkington is not my secretary.
Oh, yes, good point.
Probably. Oh, we've been looking for you, JB.
I haven't finished my speech yet.
You made a fine speech, Ovington.
Yes, you did, Ovington. Very fine speech.
Ovington, this is Mr. Finch of Plans and Systems.
How do you do, Mr. Ovington?
How do you do?
Oh, Mr. Ovington, I'm actually very interested in advertising, and I've read a lot about you in Fortune magazine. Some very wonderful stuff.
Oh, thank you.
And Mr. Biggley, did you know that Mr. Ovington was an All-American halfback at college?
Is that so? Where did you play, Ovington?
Oh, the greatest little college in the world, Northern State.
A chipmunk?
I sure am a chipmunk. Did you see the way we murdered those groundhogs last Saturday?
Ovington, I'm not a bigot. I've hired men from all colleges, tigers, bulldogs, gophers, and bears, but never, never a chipmunk. Your resignation is accepted.
Rip, rip, rip the chipmunk off the field.
That was a narrow squeak.
It was a big shock to me.
Say, JP, what are we gonna do for a new advertising manager?
Finch, you've always wanted this rotten job. Think you can handle it?
Oh, I don't know, sir.
Bratt, one thing I admire in a man is humility. Finch, I'm making you a vice president in charge of advertising.
Me? A vice president?
JB, I don't want to question your decision. Finch is very bright, but he's rather inexperienced.
I like him!
I like him!
Bratt, I think we've hit on something here. This boy is loaded with great ideas.
Ideas? Tell us some of them, Finch.
Oh, well, I haven't had time to figure them, and I'd like to be able to give you a clear-cut campaign.
Say, JB, the Plains Board meeting is day after tomorrow. Finch can tell us all of his ideas then.
Fine. Finch, you have 48 hours to make an advertising presentation. Oh, and you're now a vice president in charge of advertising. And frankly, up until now, I'm pretty dissatisfied with your work.
Oh, that doesn't matter to me. I'm a vice president. Vice President Finch. Hello, operator? Give me the stationery shop downstairs. Hello? Yes, this is Mr. Finch. Do you remember those cards I spoke to you about last week? Yeah. Go ahead and print them right away. Now, let's see. Oh, girls, you can come out now.
Thanks, Rosemary.
Oh, Rosemary, I've got a surprise for you. I've been made a vice president.
Congratulations! Can I be your secretary?
Gee, I'd love that, Hedy, but Rosemary's gonna be my secretary.
I guess I'll go back to the steno pool.
Rosemary?
And what makes you think I'd be your secretary? I'd rather die.
Rosemary, you must. I've been made vice president in charge of advertising. Do you know what a tough job that is? I can only do it if I have your help. Rosemary, I need you.
You do? Well, in that case, all right, I'll be your secretary.
Wonderful. Now, let's get to work.
Finch, haven't you forgotten something?
Oh, yeah.
Finch, aren't you going to kiss me?
Well, kiss you? I can't. Hello? Yes, who paints the names on office doors? Yes, this is Mr. Finch. I want my name on my door in gold leaf. Wait a minute, Rosemary.
Why can't you kiss me?
Oh, wait a minute, Rosemary. Hello, name painter?
Wait a minute, Rosemary? Hello, name painter?
Yes, this is Mr. Finch. I want my name on my door in gold leaf. Yes, J. Pierropont Finch. J. Pierropont.
Suddenly there is music.
Yes, block letters.
In the sound of my name.
All capitals. J. Pierropont.
Rosemary.
Vice President.
Vice President.
In charge of advertising.
There must be a way to stop him. There must be.
F-I-N-C-H.
All of my lifetime program will be more of the same.
Yes, the usual spelling. J.
Pierropont.
Remember me, Rosemary.
I can't stand it.
Whatever happened to Rosemary?
Boy, when you see it on your own door.
There is wonderful
music in the very sound of your name.
There's sure a lot of whispering going on around here today.
Ever since Finch became a vice president, everyone's been scared out of their wits. So, when's the big meeting?
Except for this afternoon. I hope Ponty comes up with something.
Me too.
Where are you going?
Home.
At 10 o'clock in the morning?
I've resigned. I'm quitting.
Nonsense. You've been threatening that all week.
This time it's official. I left a letter of resignation on his desk.
But,
Smitty, I just can't take it anymore. I don't mind a person ignoring me completely. As long as he pays a little attention. Smitty, he doesn't need me.
He did tell you that he loved you and that he wanted to marry you.
Shh, Smitty, that was supposed to be a secret.
Oh, don't worry. I haven't told anyone.
what's the matter?
Rosemary's resigning from Finch.
But I thought he was going to marry her.
That's what I thought.
Me too. I only told the girls. Don't worry, she'll forgive him.
Never.
Oh, you've got to.
Look, Rosemary, there's one thing you can't overlook. That's loyalty.
I've been very loyal to him.
I don't mean to him. I mean to us. Us girls.
That's right.
How often does it happen that a secretary's boss wants to marry her? Hallelujah. How often does a dream come true without a sign of conflict or barrier? Hallelujah. Why treat the man like he's a typhoid carrier? How often can you fly from this land of carbon paper to the land of flower chintz? Hallelujah. How often does a Cinderella get a crack at the prince?
Cinderella? Wait a minute. I'm no Cinderella. I've got $85 in the bank and a savings bond.
It's not a matter of money. He's a vice president. That automatically makes him a prince. True?
Right. Exactly.
So you're automatically a Cinderella.
See?
Don't you realize? You're a real-life fairy tale, a symbol divine. So if not for your own sake, please, darling, for mine. Don't, Cinderella, darling, don't turn down the prince. Don't rewrite your story. You're the legend, the folklore, the working girl's dream of glory. We were raised on you, darling, and we loved you ever since. Don't mess up our major miracle. Don't, Cinderella, don't turn down the prince. Oh, let us live it with you each hour of each day. On from Bergdorf, good night. Elizabeth Larden, the station wagon. Marie from 21.
No. New Rochelle.
New Rochelle, PTA. Oh, do not leave us minus our vicarious bonus. We want to see His Highness married to your lowness. On you, Cinderella, sits the onus. So when you name the happy day, please phone us. Phone us. But don't, Cinderella, darling, don't turn down the prince. Why spoil our enjoyment? You're the fable, the symbol of glorified unemployment. We were raised on you, darling, and we loved you ever since. Don't louse up our favorite fairy tale. Don't, Cinderella, don't, Cinderella, don't, Cinderella, don't turn down the prince.
All right, I'll give him one more chance.
So you are now a vice president. You have climbed the ladder of success, rung by painful rung, until you have almost reached the top. You have done beautifully. Unless you are vice president in charge of advertising. In that case, you are in terrible trouble. There is only one thing that can save you. You must get a brilliant idea. The quickest way to get ideas is to develop them. That is, you must examine the underdeveloped, worthless notions of others and add to them that extra something that makes the idea your own. An underdeveloped notion may come from the least likely source. Be alert. You never know who will bring it to you.
Hi, Ponty.
Hello, bud.
Sorry I busted in. There was no one outside. First time I've seen your new office. I suppose you're wondering why I'm here.
Frankly, yes.
Well, I want you and me to be friends. You never liked me.
Oh, bud.
Don't deny it. It's true. I don't blame you. I've been a no-good, backbiting fink.
Oh, bud, that's a little strong.
How would you put it?
I guess your way is best.
Well, I'd like to change all that. Now, I hear you're stuck for an idea. And
now, wait a minute, bud. I am not stuck for an idea.
I was thinking that giveaway shows are going to make a comeback.
What was that?
Well, I had this idea for a television program. I call it the Worldwide Wicket Treasure Hunt. We hide a $1,000 savings bond somewhere, and each week we give away clues as to where it is on television. Let me leave this with you, and if you get a chance, look it over.
Bud, what did your uncle say when you brought this to him?
I haven't brought it to him, Ponty. If I brought it to him, he wouldn't listen. That's why I brought it to you.
I guess I'll give it a little think.
I have returned!
Treasure hunt. Could be. This thing needs some sort of a new twist.
Ponty, I'm back. I've changed my mind.
Oh, Miss Pilkington.
I don't blame you for being cold to me, but I did change my mind.
About what?
About what I said in the letter?
What letter?
My letter of resignation?
Your resignation from what?
The Girl Scouts of America.
Oh.
Don't you understand? I quit, resigned, left you forever.
Why?
Because I was hurt, humiliated, ignored, upset.
Who did that to you?
You!
Me? It couldn't have been me. I haven't said 10 words to you all week. Now, Miss Pilkington.
Can't you call me Rosemary?
No, and you're going to call me Mr. Finch until you're Mrs. Finch. Now, Miss Pilkington, I've had an idea for a television program. I'm thinking of calling it the Worldwide Wicked Treasure Hunt. What would you say if we gave away $100,000?
I don't care if you give away the whole company. I love you.
Say that again.
I love you.
No, before that.
I said, I don't care if you give away the whole company?
That's it. We'll give away the company. No, I don't mean the whole company. I mean stock in the company. I've got to have time to figure this. I've got to speak to Mr. Biggley.
Good luck, Mr. Finch.
Thank you, Miss Pilkington.
Are you pregnant or something?
Oh, Hedy, I thought I told... What the heck do you want?
Remember that television idea I told you about, the treasure hunt?
I thought I told you what I thought about the treasure hunt.
Well, I just wanted to remind you, you didn't like it.
Hedy, I thought I told you we can't meet during business hours.
I just came for a business purpose.
Business?
I wish to tender you with my resignation.
Your resignation? But Hedy, you can't. Tell me, what is this all about?
Not a single guy around here will use me as his secretary. They stay away from me like I had extremely tropical disease.
Hedy, you just have to be patient.
I have an idea that might solve everything.
What?
Why don't I be your secretary?
Are you out of your mind? I mean, I have Miss Jones.
You don't want me to be your secretary?
Hedy, you just have to be patient.
All right, dear. I'll be patient. I'll give you 24 hours.
But Hedy!
Oh, hey, Hedy, have you seen Miss Jones? I want to speak to Mr. Biggley.
Oh, he's not doing anything. You can go in.
Say, Hedy, are you quitting?
Unless I hear otherwise to the contrary.
Well, maybe we can help each other. Hedy, I'd like to speak to you alone.
Ooh.
This is business.
Oh. Then tell you what, take me out, buy me lunch, say 1 o'clock, meet you downstairs.
Well,
Do you want to talk or don't you?
Okay, but we better meet around the corner.
Gotcha, cutie. Chicken.
Big meeting today, huh?
Yeah.
Hear anything about what Finch is planning?
Well, JB gave him a postponement, so he must have something.
Well,
No,
if we don't do
fellas.
something about Finch, he'll have us all working in the mailroom.
Hi, men.
Hear anything, bud?
Chaps, our worries are over. Finch is going ahead with, well, believe me, he's dead, dead, dead. I'm so happy I could cry.
Well, that's good news.
I don't know. Finch has a way of bouncing. I wouldn't believe he was dead if I read his obituary.
Ordinarily, I'd agree with you, but Finch...
Hiya, men. Could be, could be. Wish me luck, man.
Good luck.
And that's what's gonna happen to our sales. Up, up, up. And there you are.
Finch, I think you've done it. Very good.
Can I ask you a question, JB?
Yes.
What's his idea?
You heard. A television show that'll give us peak reaction. It's a great idea, Finch. Isn't it, men?
Sounds good to me.
But what's the idea for the show?
I don't see why you have to be so negative. All you ever come up with are lousy ideas like treasure hunts. Finch, what's the idea for the show?
You know, JB, I've always thought of you as a man of vision, open to new ideas. But now, I don't know. I'm thrown.
By what?
Well, the way you spoke to Bud about his idea for a treasure hunt. When he brought me the idea, I thought it was a rotten idea too.
I should hope so.
But then I remembered something, JB. An idea in itself is nothing. It's the development that counts. So I said to myself, I'm gonna take this idea of Bud Frump's and de-frump it. So my treasure is not bonds, it's stock.
Stock? In our company?
It can't be done, JB.
You can't just give away stock.
Well, we give away stock dividends, don't we? Please, let me go on with my presentation. We're ready.
Finch, I hate giveaway shows.
So do I, JB, but the public loves them. And I have a new twist. Gentlemen, may I present the worldwide wicked girl.
What is this?
This, JB, is the secret ingredient. I'm combining beauty and greed. Can't miss. Go ahead, Hedy.
Hello there! I'm the worldwide wicked treasure girl. Each week, I'm going to bring you a clue to where the worldwide treasure has been stashed.
Buried.
Oh, yeah. Buried!
Of course, Miss LaRue is just helping me demonstrate the idea. She won't be our regular treasure girl.
Well, I'm leaving the firm. Of course I will.
JB, tell this maniac off and let's get on with our business.
Just a moment. Gentlemen, and Miss LaRue, will you please leave me alone with Mr. Finch?
Take care of him. This is crazy.
About the CCA. What are the board of directors?
Finch, where are you going to hide the treasure?
JB, this show is completely unrigged. Not even the treasure girl is going to know where the treasure's hidden.
Well, I'd like to know.
Okay. There's going to be a secret between you and me. I'll give you the first clue that the treasure girl is going to give over the air. West of the sun, west of the moon, where's the treasure? Blow me a tune.
What the heck is that?
Tough clue, isn't it? But if you will note, the first letters of each line are W, 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 B. Worldwide Wicked Buildings.
You're going to hide the treasure in our buildings? But you'll have mobs of people running through them looking for the treasure.
JB, if a man as brilliant and as educated as you couldn't guess the clue, do you think the average viewer is going to guess?
Good point. Say, can this treasure girl, can she be someone more identified with the company?
A real worldwide wicked girl?
Yes, maybe. Say, what about Miss LaRue herself?
Brilliant, JB, brilliant.
Gentlemen, you can come in. I'm thinking of going through with Mr. Finch's idea for the worldwide wicked treasure hunt. Of course, I want your approval.
Well, JB, I think it's an absolutely crazy...
I like it!
I like it!
We like it!
Ladies and gentlemen, the Worldwide Wicket Company presents, in living color, the Worldwide Wicket Treasure Hunt. And now for the opening number, we present a dance by the Worldwide Wicket Company's Jolly Wickettes. And now, the moment you've all been waiting for, the Worldwide Wicket Treasure Girl.
know, it's really starting to get to me. I'm beginning to wonder where the treasure is myself.
No, nobody in the whole world knows but JB and myself. Isn't that right, JB?
Right, Ponty.
Shh.
Hello there! Well, I'm about to give you the first clue in the worldwide wicked treasure hunt. In 10 different places in this great country, there are buried 5,000 shares of stock, making a total of 50,000 shares in all. Ooh! And now for the first clue.
The first clue.
The first clue is west of the sun.
One moment, treasure girl. This woman is carrying a Bible. Will you place your right hand on it? Miss LaRue, do you swear that there has been no fixing or rigging in connection with this show?
Is this a real Bible?
Why, of course, Miss LaRue.
What's the matter with her?
She looks surprised.
She is. Hedy didn't know about this. I wanted this part of the show to be completely spontaneous and unrehearsed.
That can be very dangerous.
I think it's very effective.
Do you swear to that, Miss LaRue?
I do.
And secondly, Miss LaRue, do you swear that you yourself do not actually know where the treasure is hidden? Miss LaRue?
See, we're gonna get in trouble.
Why is that? You and I are the only ones who know where the treasure's hidden. She doesn't know. Does she?
Miss LaRue, do you swear that you yourself do not actually know where the treasure is hidden?
Look, I will not swear false witness to perjury. I do know where the treasure is. There is treasure hidden in all the worldwide wicked buildings right now.
Oh!
The first clue.
How to handle a disaster. In every businessman's career, there are times when things go a bit wrong. We have many suggestions for coping with these little problems. However, should you be the cause of a disaster that's really disastrous, we suggest that your best bet is to review the first chapter of this book, How to Apply for a Job.
Where's Finch? JB wants him as fast as you can find him. He's hopping mad.
Come back here, you!
What are you doing?
It's another treasure hunter. This little nut tried to sneak past me 3 times.
This little nut is the chairman of the board. It's Mr. Womper.
Chairman of the board. They all look like to me.
Oh, I'm very sorry this happened, Mr. Womper. JB's waiting in his office. Keep looking for Finch.
Oh, Rosemary, have you seen Ponty?
No, Miss Johnson, I'm so worried about him.
So am I. He was a nice boy.
Was? What will they do to him?
I don't know. Somebody's head's got to roll.
Yeah! Ponty, you'll think of something. Won't you, Ponty? You have the cool, clear eyes of a seeker of wisdom and truth. Yet there's that upturned chin and the grin of impetuous youth. I believe in you. I believe in you. Ponty!
I'm so glad you're here.
Where have you been?
Just walking the streets, thinking.
Why don't you go home?
No, I've got to go in and face the music.
Aha!
Well, this is it.
The chairman of the board is in there.
Yeah, I figured that.
What are you going to do?
I'm just gonna make a clean breast of everything and go back to what I did before I came here.
What did you do?
I was an exterior decorator. There I go again. I can't even tell you the truth. I was a window washer.
So what, Ponty? I don't care what you did. I'm sticking. I walked out on you once.
You did?
And I'm not leaving again.
Finch, you're wanted in JB's office.
Well, gee, can I at least say goodbye to Rosemary first?
Go ahead.
Rosemary, goodbye.
Come along.
But I'm sorry, Rosemary. I wish none of this had ever happened.
Ponty!
Look, Ponty, why should you face those monsters? Run away, escape. I'll pretend I didn't see. For Old Lang Syne.
No, I'm gonna go in and face them and get it over with. I should think you'd be happy if they killed me.
If I could only be sure.
All of our key men are here, JB. Men, you know the chairman of the board, Mr. Wally Womper.
Now, Wally, I realize I'm the president of this company, the man who's in charge of everything that goes on around here. And I'd like to say right now that for everything that's happened, it's not my fault. You'll soon see where the responsibility for the whole thing lies. Now, when he gets here, I'll do all the talking. It's a very slick youngster, Wally.
Here he is, sir.
Mr. Biggley,
Never mind, I'll do all the talking. You've never met the chairman of the board. This is Mr. Womper.
How do you do, Mr. Womper? Well, Mr. Womper,
No speeches, Finch. It's all settled. I want you to sign a simple little letter of resignation stating that you are responsible for everything that's happened.
Okay, Mr. Biggley. I'll be glad to.
Sorry, what?
I'll do what you said.
Are you sure this isn't one of your little tricks?
No, JB, I'm through with all that. See, this company has been pretty good to me. Now I'm gonna resign and take the blame and go back to what I was before I came here.
What did you do, Finch?
I was a window washer.
No kidding. I started out as a window washer myself.
You did?
What the heck did you think I was? A rail splitter? College man. So, you were a window washer.
Yes, sir, Mr. Womper.
Call me Wally.
Okay, Wally.
Tell me, Finch.
Call me Ponty.
Okay, Ponty. Boy, it's been a while since I've had someone around here I could actually talk to. How'd you happen to get it in this business anyways?
Well, sir, I had this book.
Yeah, me too.
It was a book on how to succeed in business.
My book was more useful. I booked bets for all the other window washers. Cleaned up a bundle. I should have stayed in that business. 8 buildings wrecked. Our stock is down 5 points. We're the laughing stock of the industry.
I know, Wally, it's ghastly.
Ponty, tell me, how did this happen? I could understand a college man making a hash out of this, but not a window washer. Now, this idea of yours.
Hold it, Wally. If there's one thing I won't do, it's take credit for another man's idea. Especially when he's the boss's nephew.
You never told me you hired your nephew.
Nephew? Oh, nephew. You see, he's not my nephew. He's my wife's nephew. You see, Wally, this may seem like nepotism, but it's not. I've never shown him favoritism. In fact, I hate him.
But you love his ideas?
No! When he first brought me the idea, I thought it was a lousy idea. Then when Finch brought me the idea, I still thought it was a lousy idea. And I told him it was a lousy idea.
Then why did you buy it?
Thought it was a good idea.
treasure hunts, treasure girls.
Well, he dressed it all up. He can't deny the fact that the idea for the treasure girl is his.
Yeah,
Exactly.
That's right. Well, that was my idea.
And not a bad one. But who the heck picked that bubble-headed tomato? Uh-huh.
Now, Wally, I don't want you to get any wrong ideas. This is a very nice girl. You ought to talk to her.
I intend to. Well, I think I've got the whole picture here. Now, the question is what to do and who to do it to.
Hold it, Wally. Before you make any hasty decision, I'd like to say a few words.
About what?
Humanity. You see, even though we're all a part of this cold corporate setup, deep down under our skins, there's flesh and blood. We're all brothers.
Some of us are uncles.
Now you may join the Elks, my friend, and I may join the Shriners, and other men may carry cards as members of the diners. Still, others wear a golden key or small Greek letter pin. But I have learned there's one great club that all of us are in. There is a brotherhood of men, a benevolent brotherhood of men, a noble tie that binds all human hearts and minds into one brotherhood of men. Your lifelong membership is free. Keep a giving each brother all you can. Oh, aren't you proud to be in that fraternity, the great big brotherhood of men? Now, Wally, I want you to remember that before you consider firing Mr. Biggley.
Whoa, who's considering that?
Wally, I know what's on your mind. You want to clear out the whole crowd from top to bottom. That's the obvious move. But stop and think. One man may seem incompetent, another not make sense, while others look like quite a waste of company expense. They need a brother's leadership, so please don't do them in. Remember, mediocrity is not a mortal sin. We're in the brotherhood of men, dedicated to giving all we can. Oh, aren't you proud to be in that fraternity, the great big brotherhood of men? Let's go, men.
No kid is there really a brotherhood.
Yes, you're a brother
of man.
You're a brother.
On the level of brotherhood of man.
Oh yes, a noble tie that binds all human hearts and minds
into one brotherhood of man.
Oh yes, your lifelong membership is free. Keep a giving each brother all you can. Oh, aren't you proud to be in that fraternity, the great big brotherhood of man? Your lifelong membership is free. Keep a giving each brother all you can. Oh, aren't you proud to be in that fraternity, the great big brotherhood of man?
Oh, that noble feeling feels like bells are pealing down from double dealing. Oh, brother, you got me, I got
Oh, that noble feeling feels like bells are pealing
Give me a break. Remember all the good times, Max? All the fun dates, Ernest? You, I never liked. Well, I'm not gonna go. You can't make me. No, I'm too young. I'll get sick, I'm just a boy.
Oh, Smitty, any news yet? I haven't heard a thing. Oh, Mr. Jenkins, have you heard anything yet?
Haven't heard anything yet.
Looks like a big shakeup.
I have an announcement to make. As you know, there have been a few changes made at Worldwide Wickets. I'm speaking to you now in my new capacity as employee morale and psychological adjustment. Mr. Tackerberry here is now in charge of personnel. I would like you to hear a few words from our hard-driving, hard-working president, J.B. Biggley.
Thank you. As you know, Worldwide Wickets is now stronger than ever. And I think we can owe it to a very bright and loyal young man. Come out here, Finch. Now, this youngster's rise has been spectacularly rapid. I began to think he was going to come after my job. Lucky for me, he didn't want it.
Well, JB, your job is much too tough for me. But if any credit is due, it should go to a great man and a great humanitarian, the chairman of the board, Mr. Wally Womper.
Here.
Incidentally, folks, Mr. Womper is here with his charming wife today. Let's get them both out here, Mr. and Mrs. Womper. Mr. Womper told me he didn't feel like making any speeches. He's still a newlywed. But I do have a surprise announcement to make about him. After his long years of service, Mr. Womper has decided to retire as chairman of the board, and he and his wife are going to take a long honeymoon trip around the world.
Oh, sweetie, what a surprise! You didn't tell me!
I didn't know. Oh, what the heck. It's not a bad idea at that. I'll concentrate on you.
Wally, who's going to be the new chairman of the board? As if I didn't know.
Well, I don't know if I can accept. I'll have to consult Mrs. Finch.
Rosemary, your husband's calling you. Hallelujah.
Rosemary, I've got a big decision to make. They want to make me chairman of the board. What do you think?
Darling, I don't care if you work in the mailroom or you're chairman of the board or president of the United States. I love you.
Say that again.
I love you.
No, before that.
Miss Jones, take a wire to the White House. Watch out.